the guy who has missed all episode.
Welcome to the number what? 5th episode of our Boy Side Quest podcast. Yeah. We have been doing them, Kati. We're now in the flow. You already know Nkata, Jero, Troy, and we have a guest who has missed all our episodes till now, but he's supposed to actually be on the original cut. Let him say something.
Well, guys, I've been away for a long time, but...
Well, where has he been?
Well, I guess I'm here for the first time and maybe the last time. I'll be again maybe.
Not the last time.
I think it's not challenge, but the last time. Tell us your name.
My name is Albert. But yeah, let's go with that. Let's stick with Albert for today.
But I also have another name. No. Anyway, let's get right into it. The first question of the day is: can people truly change, or they just get better at hiding things? Jero.
I remember you saying something about Mbo.
This is all round.
Trey, man, I'm passing it to you first.
Think about it like in an all round. About
For me, what I think
general, yeah.
What I think is, I feel like someone can change. To me, I feel like someone can change. Do they change?
Jero, that's what you're saying, bro.
I doubt, man. Just get better hiding who they were. Changing what perspective, like who they
change, like quit bad behaviors and like
nah, you don't quit bad behaviors at all. Like, let me just tell you.
You just choose different behaviors.
You just, I don't know, you get something that's
but you've been
holding you like, I don't know.
Before, man, you always be a home.
I know.
So, guys, catch
If
up.
a girl is that word, she chooses to change herself.
Say the word.
Changing her. Right.
But that question, you guys don't understand that question. Can people truly change? Or they just get better at hiding
If they
things?
decide to sit
Nah,
down themselves
they
and
don't
be
change.
like,
Guys don't change.
I'm going to leave this behind.
You
I'm
just
going
hide
to
it.
try and no,
You just
they're
hide it.
necessarily hiding it.
If
I'm
it's a
going
bad
to leave
habit.
this behind, like a bad habit.
Bad habit.
Adrenals.
I get one bad habit, okay. That we can
Smoking,
use.
okay.
We get one bad habit that we can use. Smoking.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Honestly,
Someone can reach a point where they have smoked and all their teeth are yellow.
bruh.
And they just be like,
Your
nah, I'm
lips
done
are
with this
turned
shit.
black.
Your lips are turned black, you're ugly as hell. First of all, you're already ugly, now you're even ugly, yeah.
I want that to change. You're the ugly.
No,
You can do better.
it's about the habit. It's not
Let's do it once a while then.
no.
No, you stop.
You can actually stop completely smoking and you change your life.
Uh-huh.
It's like you guys are trying to say that rehab doesn't work. Like people actually can't go to rehab and
Okay.
actually come back and stop doing drugs.
Okay,
When
guys,
I came
let me
from
tell
there,
you.
I said to my
Let me tell you something. About like, let me say like three guys who went to rehab. They came back. All of them had the same whatever. Let me say view about rehab. Rehab is a waste of money. You don't change for shit. In Uganda, it's a waste of money.
In
You
Uganda.
go there and they beat you.
Cause like they say
Because-
they just talk
they
to
don't
you.
beat in rehab,
They just
man,
talk to you and
Have you been there before?
you go.
I want to first ask,
Usually, it's just a waste of money.
so do you think rehab teaches those people to hide what they are doing?
Exactly.
Or teaches them how to
Yeah,
deal with it?
yeah, because now they're
takes
coming
you
back
there?
with you. You get it?
Who takes you there? It's your point. So you have to make sure you hide from your parents. So basically, you're hiding.
I-
So basically, they think you're
Guys-
stop smoking. But actually says, buy their bags, man, you do it once in a while. So
I don't think. I
But
feel
you can
like
decide to
guys,
stop completely.
you can actually decide to like stop doing those
Like,
things.
waste stuff is not
For example,
good for my
by the time you go to rehab, it's not your choice. You're supposed to do it.
it's not about
Sometimes it's your
rehab.
personal choice by the to go to
Look,
rehab.
okay, let me give the best case example. For example, we all know, and I've kept using this example time and again. If you just randomly see a person, I want to even use a girl because I've over-attacked girls. If you randomly see a person, all of a sudden give their life to God, I'm sorry to use God in this
Red
example.
flag.
Okay, now let's go.
You know something happened to them that changed them that way.
Like why all of a sudden.
All of a sudden you're posting
Pushing
Bible
that.
Let's say
verses,
something.
you're always going to church. Like, I'm not saying going to church is a bad thing.
This is
No,
what
it really
guys
is a
pray.
good thing. But like,
Those ones are dangerous.
Like, dangerous.
like, but something happened to you. Probably
anyway.
got raped. Like something happened.
No,
They
okay,
actually
so,
rape.
So you guys don't believe that someone actually changed?
no, not really.
They found a different
Not
Once
really.
thing to focus there.
Once you're that deep,
They're
man, come
controlling
out,
it.
man's hard. Yes, pretend.
You
They're
still
controlling
can.
it.
Just
You
cover
still
something.
can.
And they're just covering it better.
I don't think they are.
If you decide
You
with
can-
your God that you're going to change, okay, you can change.
Auntie,
Different
Nkata is a
different
religion.
Now we're going to do this. I won't look like you're not holy. Bro,
No,
We're holy, by the
the thing
way.
is, we're not trying to involve God. What I'm trying to say, drastic changes that happen in people's lives happen for different type of reasons. For example, someone could just be chilling and the next day they're starting drugs because they're going through some shit.
Yeah.
They could just wake up and be like, man, I'm done with these things. It could just be a phase. For example, everyone goes through phases. Everyone has had a phase. Jero has his weekend phase. Why we still believe it's a phase, I don't know. I had my juice one phase. I went to the night. I was actually depressed.
Yeah.
I was actually depressed. I won't lie, but I actually stopped listening to Juice WRLD like that. Like, honestly, you
actually
could play Juice WRLD, I could even forget the lyrics that I used to sing bar for bar.
Maybe
But like,
someone hurt you. That's why.
No, not necessarily.
maybe I just grew out of the whole
So
thing.
did you change or you're hiding it?
Actually, I did
You
my
moved
depression.
on. Yeah.
I moved on from that.
You moved
I
on.
healed.
You healed and
So do you
No.
believe someone can
But
change? or
depression
you're
is. It's
depression
a
is
phase.
something entirely different.
It's something
Depression is
different.
not a phase.
No, like okay, it's
It's like
for
the
some
same thing
time.
as a habit.
No,
Although I do actually believe that a girl can actually not stop being a hoe. Oh, you actually don't believe?
No, they can't change.
You can't
They
change.
can.
It can happen.
We're not a boy of ours who has changed.
Wait, what the fuck?
We know. Let's not pretend.
Wait,
I'm also not boy of us
That's
who
which
tried
one, bro?
to change one, but things didn't work out.
True. We also know
That's
that.
not a boy.
they're hiding. I know
That's
what
not a boy.
they're hiding.
Who go change by a girl?
True.
Now I'm talking about again.
Exactly. We also know a boy of ours who also change.
That's the
that.
thing. That's the thing.
Are you saying that he's hiding it now?
Good pose this.
Yeah,
He's hiding it. Good pose. He's hiding it. He's hiding it. He's hiding it.
Hey,
What is
That's
someone
so
not changing for?
That's a
or
thing.
rather hiding for, as you say.
He has not changed. All of us
He
know that.
did. What makes you think he's going to go back to that same behavior?
He's not go back, but he does it behind that back.
Okay.
Are you sure he does it behind her back? Maybe there. You
We know what he does.
So do you believe he has changed or he's hiding it?
No, he changed for the better. But
Yeah.
I mean, he should.
Guys change.
Maybe you're talking
Okay.
about different people because man,
Sound-
As you've said, as the question goes back and asks, do you believe that someone can change or they're hiding it? Or they're hiding that?
I feel like we can change.
They
You
can't
can change, guys.
No, they can't.
They really
All your
can.
energy towards
If you
something.
put, I feel like.
So be positive and stick on the truth. They can't change.
Why would you hide something if you want to?
Oh yeah, it's like saying, okay, let me say, it's like saying you being an ass basketball player and then you go and train
But
and then
he's
become
not
better.
one, he knows how to play games.
No, we're not saying he's ass. I'm giving an example. If he feels attacked, it's easy.
No.
But if you know you're an
No,
ass
no.
basketball player, it's like, okay, this is the thing. A habit is evolved if you do it constantly for about 7 minutes per day for 4 months. If you actually set time, it says psychological that a habit can be developed if you do it constantly for 7 minutes a day for 4 months. If you're doing it for 18 minutes a day, within 2 weeks you can actually start a habit. For example, Nkata, if you decided to eat girls for 18 minutes per day for 2
Becomes
weeks,
a habit.
it becomes a habit.
It's a hobby.
It even leaves being a hobby. You're no longer doing it for fun. It's not a job.
It's not a job.
If you decide to use lotion for like 2 minutes,
For like, if you decide to use 2 minutes for like, that's like 6 months. After 6 months, you're going to actually start losing lotion every day. And you mean, okay, for example, you mean that people don't actually stop touching themselves. You guys actually believe that someone can't be touching themselves and then they just stop.
They can choose to stop.
They can actually
can
choose to
stop.
stop.
Like,
Ola, you know yourself.
Nah, how did I get
it wasn't worth it anymore, so I decided to move on.
Yeah, like you
And
decide to
then
move on
it's
from something.
okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
okay
okay,
if you've done it.
it's
There's
fine.
people who have done it. They've
We're
gone
still
through it
doing
or are
it.
still doing it. It's okay.
It's
It's actually healthy.
If you're doing it, it's not okay. It's not.
It's a society bias. You guys just trying to set your own agendas.
Kamran had a theory about how the doctors said
It's actually healthy to
Don't dive
be
into that
touching
right
yourself.
now.
Okay, let's continue.
But like
Right.
the thing is, you can
Perfect
actually
message,
change. You can actually stop doing bad things and change for the better. I feel like if you get that one person, maybe that one situation that's worth changing for, but you just
Give
choose
it
and be
your
like,
all.
bro, you just choose and like, even though guys said that you're hiding, I feel like something is only made believe until you fake it so much that people actually
Okay,
believe
wait.
it's real. That's the thing.
Okay,
Until
wait.
you fake it so much, but let me tell you,
Okay, the best example
The
we're
thing
using
is-
here. The best example we're using here is like for a change. Is when like let me say a girl. Like a girl finds a boy who gives her a reason to like be loyal. She has been a hoe. What is most times after the guy breaks her, she goes back to being a hoe. That means she has been hiding.
she
it.
changed
the motivation,
hide.
the motivation,
The motivation
left.
Motivation.
People are driven by
Change
motivation.
your change. That means she was hiding it. But just they are
Okay,
looking.
okay, true.
Yeah, you have a point.
Okay, true. Yes,
That
I
is
point
right.
there.
That is right.
But then there's girls who actually get heartbroken by that nigga and still continue that.
changed
They
life.
just change. They just stop doing it.
No. But if as a hobby, okay, man, you know the hoes you're in your life, bro. You need man.
She changed for the
It's a
moment.
filter. You get
Change
it.
for
We're
the
not
You
even
understand?
telling anything, huh?
Yeah, man. You know very many girls. You have very many friends, right? Actually, all of us know very many girls. I know it's girl. You can easily know the baby's a hoe and how she has been behaving with guys. And you've seen them try to change for niggas. You tell me what happens. You tell me how many of them have remained calm after being heartbroken by that guy. Are they more than 3? Are they more than 2? Or even more than 1?
One, the crazy
They always
statistic.
go back.
Yeah.
So you're
Let's go back who they are. Because the reason has
Why they-
gone. That means they've been hiding it, not they have changed.
I feel like
Change, eh?
I
Change is
feel
a very big word, you guys.
I feel like
Change is a very big word.
I feel like you saying they always go back to who they were. It's not a valid point. Because before that they were also
Albert,
not hoes.
not us, man. How do you know all about these girls who get into things?
Where do you
hear-
get
Why
it
a lot of
from?
people test like after like them getting heartbroken,
Tell us.
eh?
By the way, why are you
Because they are
always
watch
going
it
through them
stream.
after they get heartbroken?
No, man, we hear stories. The same way you hear stories.
Oh, you broke their heart.
Why are they breaking their hearts?
You give them a reason to be loyal to you. Then
Why
you
they-
Then after he left,
No,
the
Bruh.
motivation, he left with the motivation. He took the motivation
I'm
away.
a good guy, by the way.
Hmm.
All I'm saying is that I feel like, as I've said, you can fake something so long that it becomes real. People only believe something after it's faked so long. So if you actually can and are able to fake something for so long that people start to believe, even you yourself, you can psychologically start to believe it. For example, if you claim that you're a hoe and you've been on your whole life, and then all of a sudden you start faking that you're loyal,
Guys,
you could actually delude your own self into actually believing you're loyal, and you just be loyal after that.
Sometimes even if you're not,
Yeah.
just pretend.
But nah.
Oh, it's okay to pretend to be a good person.
But you're still hiding it. Right? So pretending is hiding. Someone seeing the hiding thing. You can't change. You're hiding it.
You're hiding.
Bro wants us to just conclude that we're hiding things.
Yeah, concluded.
But we're not concluding. I still feel like people can actually
If you want
change.
to change, you can change. If you want to hide something,
You can hide it.
Whatever is fun.
Depending on the person, whichever you prefer, or whichever is more.
No,
fun.
I'm playing.
Whichever
said
is
it.
fine.
Just said whichever is
I'm
fun.
playing.
Aha!
Ah,
Yes, I've actually let that one go like that.
Okay, actually.
Because,
change.
Because Albert gave
because no one
valid
can
points.
change.
you can change.
Okay, but you can think of change. Yeah, just say not.
Change takes a lot of.
Change takes a long while.
Mm.
You can do something and do it again and again until you
1,089
change.
days.
No, that's a bit late.
That's an exact amount.
Anyway, we go on the second topic. Are we attracted to what we lacked as kids?
Yes.
Depends on the person, but yes.
What do you mean it depends on the person?
Now,
Jero,
Trey.
can we start with you?
So let me
Was it
ask,
sex?
What
Not necessarily
what
I
did you lack
lacked
as a child?
No,
Tell us.
no, not necessarily
to
what
us.
I lacked
There's
as a
no-
kid.
There's no some.
But like my friends, yeah? Not necessarily with my friends. I'm not even trying to attack anyone, but like
Not
guys,
friends, though.
you people know.
so okay, like let me just give a stupid example. Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Let me just say like okay, let me just say someone like you stand on by like let me say boobs. Yeah. So he told me I'm just saying something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying yeah. So like I telling me that they used to like milk and that.
No,
Like I'm just like
no, that's what we are.
Kamran,
That is actually so stupid.
I don't know what
I'm playing. Let's continue.
But we should remove that pattern.
Ma, we're saying you lacked boobs.
What's supposed to be there?
Cut us over digesting
Play,
other things
play.
that are on.
Play.
Anyway,
As I was saying, what you like, you see how like, I don't want to necessarily like, guys, we don't hate on girls, man. They're nice people,
This
but
mostly goes to
back
girls.
to it, eh? Girls who like lacked father figures in
Girls
their
who grew up
lives,
with
eh?
single moms.
Not necessarily in single moms, because there's also those girls who didn't have, boys
have
who
their
didn't have,
fathers.
who didn't have their mothers.
no, there's people with their fathers, but their
Yeah.
fathers aren't present.
Exactly.
Let's just say
Present.
non-present fathers.
And they end
Because your
up-
father coming home every day doesn't mean he's
Then
present.
he's present. He will disappear for 2 weeks at a time. As long as he provides, you think he's there.
Exactly.
But anyway, these girls grow up and try to seek validation they didn't get from their fathers in their potential partners, which in the long run, honestly, you can't be looking for a father in me.
But you can.
No.
You can be a daddy. We've already digested this one.
Ah.
They call it daddy. They call it daddy.
I feel like us hating on this whole thing of daddy issues.
It's not a problem to have that issue, man. It's not on you.
Are you sure it's not
It's not
on
on
them?
you.
No, let me tell you.
It's not our
You
kid.
can't blame something.
It's not their
You
fault.
can't
It's not
blame.
their fault.
It's not their fault, but then again, you can't say that it's okay for them to have daddy issues.
No, it's not okay, but it's not their fault. Because like there's no way a kid of like 1 year old say, "Daddy, leave."
Nah, it's not that.
No.
It's like you committing a crime even if you are ignorant about it doesn't change the fact that
Yeah,
you
it doesn't
committed a
change
crime.
the fact that
The fact that your father
crime.
wasn't present doesn't mean that you should have daddy issues.
Yeah, it
guys.
doesn't mean. You
Because
should
there's girls who
actually
don't.
find-
Because there's people who don't have their fathers present, but
and
they
they're
still
very
don't.
well okay.
Exactly. But you also seeking validation.
No,
You know
but
what I mean?
girls don't have that dad in their life. Either they hate men so much, or they want to be so close
exactly.
to their like their guys and something.
Mm.
So there's always something about it.
But is it wrong for your woman to want to be close to you?
Yes, it's not
Depends on
wrong,
how.
but
Yeah,
like
what?
it's not wrong, but and again,
Come on,
don't
what
seek
did you
a
say?
father.
Is it wrong for your woman to want to be close to you?
Nah, some guys like clingy girls.
Say yourself.
Yeah.
Don't say some guys.
Most guys do, by the way.
Clingy girls.
If you don't like clingy girls, it's okay.
No, I don't like clingy girls.
It's okay.
Can't lie.
You lie.
He's lying.
You're
This
lying.
girl could even be here, but is it?
And I don't like clingy women. I don't know what you guys
Why
are
don't
on.
you like clingy girl?
What's
What's wrong with
Out
them?
of work.
First of all, I don't like being
Where is
touched.
a clingy
The truth
boyfriend?
I can't be clingy.
You can't
Huh.
be clingy.
I've never been clingy. I
Aye.
don't think any of my friends
A
actually
little
would say
bit of
that I'm
like
clingy.
toxic.
There's nothing like I'm toxic.
I did.
What I'm saying is that me personally, I just don't like people being in my space too much. Like it's something that I just grew up with. Like I actually fear large crowds, even if people think that I'm a life of a party. They see me shouting and then they think that I'm not. Truth of the matter is, I reach a point when my social battery actually shuts down and I'm actually tired of being around people, right? But you just can't notice it because like
People
it can
are-
shut down for like 2 seconds and then come back
On
on.
someone, you're like,
Okay, can you let me
Living
drive
out
my
something,
point home?
but is it?
no, yeah,
Let
that's
me drive
right.
my point home.
One clingy.
One clingy. Now the thing is, I don't like
Right.
people touching me because I easily get irritated. So if you have a clingy girlfriend, she's always going to want to call your phone or is wanting to do things. I'm telling you, someone could ring my phone and I could look at it and let it ring because I just don't want to talk to them. They've done nothing wrong to me. I just don't want to talk to them. It's not even about me. My ringtone, no. I just don't want to talk to
So
you.
Kamran has concluded, don't overcall. Call once.
Don't
in a week.
overcall. Don't over ask to see him.
Don't oversay Simanya at tomorrow. Let's go and eat ice cream.
He'll come to you when you
Every day.
want.
Like, give him space.
You work on his schedule, not him working on yours.
Once a month, work on your
Guys are directing their things. We're over diverting. Do you think you miss what you didn't have as a kid?
Of course you would. Because there are some things you
As a
would
kid, I
look
felt
at
like I've been
and they catch up to you. As I used to say, when you don't do certain things, they always catch up to you when you reach an older age.
Like which things haven't you been doing?
Guys
that
who
have
skip
caught up?
guys who skip stages. Yeah?
Yeah,
Sorry,
who skip stages.
What they try to encourage the guys to do.
Okay.
Jero knows.
I think Jerry knows what.
When you
Jerry, first I just for us on that
when you
issue.
skip some stages. Now,
So you give us an example
I
of a
remember.
stage.
I remember there is a time when they would say that some old men when they skipped a stage. That's why they like wearing those things that young guys like to wear. a
Yeah,
lot.
but that's true.
You
That's
didn't have the opportunity to dress how they wanted when they were younger. Eh?
Yes.
So instead do it when they're older.
So you do it now.
But
when
they're
your
not-
kids-
No, so let me ask.
And again,
so
they have a
that's
good
why it's
fashion
little strict,
sense.
Like, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, like, I'll be honest. Okay, now for you, Muslim, but I'm sure not all of us here drink, but all of us at the point of test alcohol. Now, and you know that thing where like parents be like, don't do this, and they make sure they avoid you from doing everything,
Yeah,
like
true.
from moving.
Being.
So you reach a certain age and you miss all that, and you want to see how it feels like. That's why you find like a guy is like in his 50s, but he's in the club with you who is 20 and he's trying to get younger
He missed
women.
out
You
on
get
that.
he missed out on that, and
Like the way
he can't
campus is
avoid it. Now he
coming.
wants to feel it. You get.
Someone has a point. Yeah. Campus.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
campus is
Yeah,
true,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
That's true.
But like
So-
then again, I feel like cage an animal, cage its brain. Like if you've been caged your whole life, of course you'd want to try out new
You want to
experiences.
test free.
That's so true. But like
At a point, you escape.
at that,
Of course.
at a
My
point,
parents should
escape.
be strict and thinking their kids.
So do you think? So
Yeah.
do you think your parent being strict was a bad thing?
It wasn't a bad
No, it's
thing,
not a
but
bad
like
thing.
strict parents
Yeah,
raise
that's
good
right.
liars. That's a thing they don't understand.
I mean, honest, one thing, man.
But strict parents
One of the
can
bad
also
things
raise
that
good
strict on
kids,
you.
not good liars.
Yeah, they can raise good kids, but honestly, having a strict parent, no matter what, you're going to have to become good at lying, either in one way or another.
But it helps you be grounded.
But it's a survival skill. You have to know how to lie.
Not even only that.
For example, if your girl caught you doing some funny business, are you going to accept?
You have to stand on business.
You have to
No,
lie.
You have to lie when your boy's
You have to
like,
lie when your boy's
That's why I
like.
said that I'm good, man, because I think you're lying. So you have to be like, yeah, I did it.
Let me tell you, the biggest lie I've ever been told, and I'm sorry for this coming from a holy book. The truth will not always set you free, guys.
of course it won't.
The truth
Sometimes actually
okay.
dig you deep.
Sometimes the
and
truth is not
yeah,
going to help you.
Sometimes you say the truth and they think you're lying, so you just
They
go with it.
crucify you for the truth.
Of course,
No, of
guys,
course.
don't say the truth.
Of course, as Kamran said one time, try telling someone the truth of how he had cheated on her.
Backfired.
I don't know how
Cheated.
things worked out.
He doesn't cheat. He doesn't cheat.
Okay, he hadn't.
Hey,
What is the truth?
It's a
It was a
miscommunication.
miscommunication.
Mm.
Guys are saying it was a miscommunication.
Misinterpretation, actually.
One might was the truth.
Okay, so that's true.
Let's not pretend.
But he still cheats.
Okay. Don't start saying, but I still cheat.
So,
Thing is,
It was a mistake.
it was a mistake. It wasn't a
was a
mistake. I did
Yeah,
it
that mistake,
willingly.
you knew it.
there's a
I
mistake.
knew what I was doing. I was an adult, guys.
That
Let's
was
not
it.
pretend.
I feel like
You were there.
That was recent.
Shalupi.
I feel like lying. I feel like okay, lying sometimes in some situations.
It can actually be helpful.
Yes, sometimes.
For example,
you just have to
if you got caught by the police on the road and you don't have a permit, are you going to lie to them that you have it?
Just say it's at home, at least. So like,
Tell them I
you
don't.
Are you going to tell them you don't have
You're
it?
not
Take
going
it
to admit
prison?
that
They
shit.
give you 5K. This is Uganda.
Okay, we're not promoting corruption, by the way.
Well, yeah, we're anti-corruption. I don't know what you're talking about and other things.
Yes.
Us are not corrupt. I don't know about you. But anyway, we're still on that whole point of digesting of do we actually lack what we didn't have as kids? I feel like to a point it is true.
Yeah, it's actually true.
It is true. We actually look for things that we lacked as kids. For example, I won't even lie. I feel like me, even if my parents claim they were present in my life, I don't think they were. Or I'm expecting something that they weren't giving me. For example, when I look at my friends and I see how for them they're like boys with their fathers, and me I just can't be like in that same space. Like there's honestly things I can't ever come and tell my mother or tell my father. And that's just the truth. But there's some boys of mine who would willingly tell their parents something that has just happened to them.
After.
Like if something just dropped, they'd be like, hey man, mommy, this and this happened to me. And the mother would actually help them digest the whole issue. Opening up to an African parent is the worst thing you can ever do. Guys.
Yeah.
Okay, in my opinion, like,
Suicide.
honest, I want to be like, I'm sure to say this on my podcast, but like, unless man, you have like Trey's mom and Trey's
When
mom
you
is
say your parents,
Like-
your girlfriend.
Do you honestly, have you reached a point for you to actually have a
Meanwhile,
girlfriend?
you're 20. How old are you?
I'm 20, sir.
Yeah, guys,
But
you're
like, I'm still too young to actually have a
Nah.
woman. So like,
You said you're too young.
Nah.
I'm too young in my parents' eyes.
No,
But then there are some people that will ask me after campus, 2
But
years
then-
later, where's your wife?
all these years, what have you been doing? For the bit telling
I was focusing on school like you told me to.
No, I was not supposed to have any female friends.
For real.
Apparently, as long as I'm supposed to have male friends, after when I become gay, that was an issue. So like,
But
let's
talk about that, yes, but it's okay. Fine, what talk about it.
anyway.
What to talk about?
The thing is, I feel like, yeah, sometimes we actually just be coping from things that we lacked as children. So that's why I'd accept that maybe sometimes you love people that way. You love them because maybe your parents didn't love you that way, and that's just a way you're choosing to love other people, which is okay. So I don't blame girls who have daddy issues totally. Okay, man. If your father wasn't present, man, it's easy. As we're committing to be better fathers.
Everyone here.
Bad.
Apart from all
Even
that.
Troy.
Even Troy said he's going to be a present father.
What did I say? I didn't say anything.
Guys, please, camera, Jero.
Maybe Adrian.
Jero, what are you
Yeah,
attracted to that you loved as a child?
Toxic women.
Huh?
So what are you trying to
Shit,
say? My
bro.
parents are toxic.
Your parents were too sweet that you needed something that was
By the way,
entertaining.
it's possible.
If he's put in a situation where he's loved by a girl who just loves him, he feels like there's something going to go wrong.
Yeah, guy loves them toxic.
He loves them toxic. He likes when they're going to act up every now and then.
Toxic. Don't get me
That is
wrong.
now another situation.
We can also get into Nkata.
No.
Why is Nkata still on the streets?
No. No.
Nkata
No.
refused to be
No.
loved because
Let me.
he's always looking for something he's never got.
Why it feels like he's being
Man, I already said
because
enough.
of the streets.
Okay.
Being
But
a
why
kid.
should he feel like he's in a cage? Sometimes a cage is good for you.
What you
Don't
talking
be in a
about?
bottle, guys, by the way. Unless it's like a nicely shaped.
It's funny. It's funny for you to be saying that you shouldn't be in a bottle.
I could be
Okay,
in
back
one.
to where we were.
Yes.
Kachi, what are you attracted to
That he lacked as a child.
that you loved as a child?
Jero, tell us.
I give you an
Anything, by the way, you can't say anything.
I don't
Anything.
think
I'm
that's
not giving you-
an
I'm not giving-
example.
giving you guys an
Honestly, I'm not
example.
sure. That's a lot to
Me, I
think
don't know
about.
anything.
Adrian, tell us.
So I already said everything I could about this topic.
Do you know why?
Tell
Do
you.
you know why?
I give a perfect
Okay, now let me
example.
tell you. Do you know why you all said why you don't have anything? Because all your parents were able to give you what they were able to give you.
So it's basically all evolved around parents.
Yes. Because were you going to provide for yourself as a child?
Leave alone providing, being hard out. You know, a lot of the sample like who naturally don't talk about the way they feel, because like growing up,
You can't
in a
open up
household-
to your parents,
Can't-
guys.
Wait, by the man. Let me stop you.
Okay, no,
It's
not
weird-
necessarily
It's
everyone's
weird for
friends.
someone. It's weird for someone to know what they lack as a
As a child.
as a child. It's someone else
Yeah.
who
You
would
realize
see it
when
and be
you're
like,
older.
man, this guy actually,
Love
Didn't have
something,
this.
yeah?
yeah, I didn't have
Yeah.
this. Because for you think it's actually fine or it's part of like your character or something.
Mm.
Yeah, yet the actual sense,
You lacked
it's
it.
visible. Yeah, you didn't have it. Like we're talking about the beginning. They didn't have it and they didn't tell us, but we could easily tell
Okay,
it.
so understood.
Rest said they could easily digest they didn't have a father in their lives. Anyway, do you think your parents being strict was a bad upbringing?
No,
Parents are not strict,
Nah,
so
it's
I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't.
It wasn't a bad upbringing, but
Because it helps you to be grounded.
yeah, it does. But you also pay with your mental health.
But you know, when your parents are not strict, also
There's a way you can.
Yeah, you can
Let's
tell
you
fully.
learn. The bad and good.
Yeah,
No, sometimes
When your parents are not strict.
Yeah.
they don't have to be not complete, like not.
Okay, like your
just have
parents.
some ground.
Okay, like
rules.
there's excess freedom, but there's a level of strictness where they let you do some things
Yeah,
and some things they hold them. But there's a level of strictness where they're too strict. Yes.
like you can't grow up keeping your kid gated
That's
from
totally
everything and
different.
expect them to,
Nah, you can actually keep your kids gated from things.
and expect them to know how to deal with certain things. No, you can't. Then when they go and actually experience them,
Do you feel like sometimes
Backfire.
some parents overbaby their kids?
yes.
Like, is that a bad thing to
It's
overbaby?
not a bad thing, but then again, don't complain about the
Okay.
consequences after.
This question goes to parents. I don't know how you're going to answer that.
Like,
What
No,
I'm
but
talking about?
us, we're talking about the experience.
Yeah,
If
like-
any of us here was big,
how we see our friends and all that. Maybe.
can you see that in someone?
Yes, you can.
I feel like some girls have an illusion of love because of how their fathers love them.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing or a good
Like,
thing?
the only man is
When we teach you like your dad. Your papa.
Now where you go?
Tell me that.
Treat people the way they want to be treated, guys.
yeah.
What do you mean? Jerry?
Or
What do you mean?
you would
come
say
and
treat them how they deserve to be treated, but not everyone deserves to be treated like that.
You don't say this.
Jerry, what do you mean they don't deserve to be treated like that?
Wait, so how do you know someone deserves to be
Deserve to
like
be
that?
treated a certain type of way.
Because of the way they also treat you, honestly.
Really?
You get.
I feel
have
like
to-
you're trying
you
to make it a tit for tat.
No,
Yes,
tit
you
for
have to
tat.
reciprocate
Did
the
it
energy.
before.
Like you
No,
can't do.
I doubt.
You have to reciprocate that.
I doubt that.
Honestly, you can't keep giving if you're not getting anything in return. Not that I'm even expecting something in return. No, but like
I feel like
No.
as humans, you like to give because you know you're going to get.
no, not necessarily.
'Cause-
as humans,
So why
yes,
would it hurt you
but-
to give something that you're not getting back?
No, not necessarily something. Everything. Some people literally give everything, and like, bro,
Some people. You don't get back. Okay.
Depends on the
it's not even that I
situation.
want
That
something
you're
back.
giving.
Like gratitude. Okay.
Like they should be thankful for
Yeah.
what you do for them.
Depends on the situation.
What
Yeah.
if their
Okay,
fathers
that's
didn't
when
teach them
that's
to be great, to be?
Bro, but there's so much with parents today.
Not attacking parents.
We're not attacking anyone's
Yeah,
parents,
yeah,
but like we're talking
yeah.
about like guys' upbringings. Like,
Yeah, guys are bringing contributes to who they are.
like honestly,
Awesome.
the home you came from, bro. They literally say charity begins at home.
Exactly.
You can't give what you didn't get. The thing is, you can't give something that you don't already have.
So, you can't
So I
give
feel
love-
like you can't give love if you didn't
I
have
never
it.
had it.
You really can't, cause like, bro, are you going to get from that point that has no water and then give us water,
Nah,
Or get out
nah.
of thin air.
bro? Like you literally can't manifest things, guys.
Yes.
Like you have to have something for it in order to give it to someone.
Like an idea of what it is.
So that's why I feel like you can't just be giving all the time expecting to get, because maybe for them they don't have. Maybe it's about you filling that tank first and then they can fill yours later.
Yeah.
until that spills over. But like this is where you have to communicate then.
I know you do.
Jerry has some issues you have to put across.
I don't know, Jerry. Jerry, you have something that.
He has something that he wants to put across. But like,
We should mention names.
okay, we said no mention names here. There's nothing like mentioning names here.
That's why I said I wish you could.
Let's move on to the next and burning topic that guys want to talk about. Is closure something you give yourself or you get from them? First of all, do you
To begin
even
with.
even believe in closure?
And how many of us here have never gotten closure or given closure?
Joe, if you have some things that you want
I'm
to
curious.
say,
I'm just curious. I'm
Yo.
like, we're getting to know our
Jerry, you
boys.
speak
I'm my boys,
first,
but
man.
like, I'm
You say
curious.
you be okay, Jerry. Do you think?
Pleasure.
do you believe in closure? First of all, let's start. Nkata, do you believe in closure?
No.
Okay, we're going to get back to that. Joe, do you believe in closure?
Depends on the person.
You can't.
Joe, your things are always depending on
No,
people.
because
Like,
obviously, with some people like require closure, some people don't.
bro, I'm
Why
not going to
would
tell
you
you
just
that. I'm not going to tell you that.
And you gave me a new perspective on things.
Okay, true.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, I'm not going to lie. I really do believe in closing with people. Because I actually believe like if you're closing with me, I also need a reason why we're closing.
Why would you leave me in suspense? So,
I thought you just some people don't deserve closure. As I already said. Like we're going to digest what
What
some
do you
people.
mean?
Trey, do you believe in closure?
I do believe in closure. Please, you
I
should.
get
So have
serious.
you
I
given
get
closure?
Albert, do you believe in
Think
closure?
about this, you guys.
That's
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
relax. Albert,
What
do
are
you
you thinking
believe in
about
closure?
it? I'm not sure.
Do you believe that
Jerry,
if someone
so
was
you
to cut
believe
you
in
off, you
closure?
have to have a reason to cut you off?
Oh.
Why would you just cut
come
me
on.
off?
Come on, you don't believe in closure.
I do
Afraid
believe
of
in
no,
closure.
But there's always a reason.
So do you think that you want to know the reason why they cut you off, or what?
I would want to know by.
So that means you believe in closure.
But is the reason going to make things better?
Okay, just
No,
tell
but
me.
just
some-
to know that
sometimes-
comfort of knowing.
Yeah, comfort of knowing is also okay.
Maybe I laugh about it. I'll be like, man, that's not damn.
You can't laugh about it
Okay.
after they left you.
Jerry, why you harsh?
Bro,
Jerry, there's something you want to tell.
no,
It's not leaving.
think you should let me speak.
Jerry is something you're not telling us. One cut you.
Kata, you are still telling us about the closure thing.
Okay, I don't believe in closure. Even if let me say I'm talking about it in this time of like in a relationship, yeah.
Mm.
If you're with someone and you guys like let me say break up over some period or something like that, and you meet each other like later on, there'll still be a connection. Not like you want to get her into bed or
Depends on
something
how
like
you
that,
let
but then
each
like
other.
you won't have that hate, you get it?
But
Depends on
that's
how
why you
let-
need
It depends on
closure.
how you
That's
let.
no
No,
closure.
that's why you need look.
Any spark can happen, anything can go down.
Listen,
There's no spark.
But just because it's a
Adrian.
spark doesn't mean you should actually
Adrian.
start a fire.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. But so it's
For you-
Walked out of.
Yeah?
Like how many girls have walked out of without telling them, what give them a reason as to
Okay,
why
that's
they-
personal information. Can you personally?
No,
no, you tell us.
I'm not
Okay, give us a
number.
sample. Give us a sample.
Have you ever walked
Yeah,
out?
right? It's there.
Have you ever walked away from a situation and you and the girl were actually cool after that? You just walked away, you just ghosted them and
You're not saying anything.
yeah.
Of course, you want to. I see. What are you proving, bro?
No, that's why I don't believe in closure.
I feel like you do need closure. Look, for you to actually, let me say, you're in a relationship, as I've said, and then you guys end your things. I feel like the person needs to have a reason for why you ended, so they can accept it in their own terms. Like if I broke up with Jero, sorry to use Jero, but like, I'm trying to use, if I broke up with Jero and I told him like, bro, I'm leaving you because you do this and this that irritates me, and I can no longer handle it, and you can't change yourself, and I've talked to you to change yourself.
The guys break up like that.
Then again, not everyone
Listen.
wants closure.
Listen, if I've told Jero the reason why I've left them, they can either choose to go change themselves, so that next time maybe when we meet they do better or something like that.
Jero.
That could actually give us the beginning ground for it to actually be cool with each other.
Jero, why do you
Okay, now this begs the question: how do you deal with a proper, let me say,
Closure.
breakup?
How do you deliver? There's no way to properly break up with someone.
There should be a reason why you're leaving them.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
there
why you
should
need to
actually
go.
be a reason.
There should be a reason.
You can't just
You
leave
can't tell someone that,
You
man.
can't just tell someone, I'm tired of you. Like, why? You can't just be like, that's
Yeah,
why.
these guys will tell us. Come and tell us what's up.
Anyway,
Come on.
Jero, tell us about closure.
That's what I was also going, because Jero seems to be the most affected.
What do you mean, guys? By the way,
Yes,
I'm
if
not
you're
a-
saying anything.
if someone
I told
I'm
you.
with
Let's talk.
wants closure, yes, then obviously, yeah, I'll give you closure.
Do you
But,
believe
like,
everyone deserves closure or no?
What?
I can't
Okay,
stop
that's a-
because I can't
that's a
think for
question,
them.
bro.
You get, I don't read minds.
Okay,
But
so far
would you
just
give
leave,
closure? For you just give closure or you just leave?
I would give someone closure. Depending on how I knew them when we were together. You get, you can tell, you can kind of like tell.
If someone,
Example, wouldn't-
if someone did,
yeah.
if someone did you that,
Yeah.
See someone, they don't
do you
get
believe that you
closure,
need closure?
Me, if someone did me that,
If someone
I would
cheated
want
on you,
closure.
if someone cheated on you and they just decided to ghost you and break up with you, do you feel like you need a reason why they cheated? Like, would
No,
you
I
want to
would
know?
not. I wouldn't want to know.
Why wouldn't you want?
Because what are you going to tell me?
That's true.
It's not going to change anything.
That's
What?
true.
So
Tell me that.
you want us to tell that he
I was
cheated on you
drunk.
because
Okay.
because you had a small thing.
Yes, it's
Wait,
you tell
so-
me so that I know and I work on it.
What could you say?
Wait,
Of course, you know. Okay,
That's an apology from God, man.
Sorry
You
for
can't
those
work on that.
guys. Those guys have small. They have told you that.
Yeah.
But at least you have now that closure. Then you know. Because it will live in your brain and you'll be like, okay, some people it doesn't.
Sometimes not knowing is actually not bad for you.
But you don't know that entire.
are you sure?
I feel like some people. I feel like sometimes. Sometimes some people need closure.
Yeah, some
Others
people
just don't need
some
closure.
don't.
For example, I feel like, okay, let me just give it general. If I've tried to give you closure and you refused it, then I'm putting in a section that you don't need closure. Because if I've tried to tell you like, man, I'm leaving you because this and this and this happened.
And you're
So,
like,
So what does that
and you act like you don't
exactly-
care, you're trying to act nonchalant. Next thing you see me, I'll just do you some shaggy guys. Like, bro, you didn't deserve that closure.
Don't say no way. At least
Thank
no
you.
way.
Next, thank you.
Next. I've told you thank you. You've given that closure.
like thank you for
I still feel like at the end of the day, the question was, I feel like over diverting from the question. Do you give yourself closure or it's something that you get from them?
Something you get from them. You can't give yourself closure.
Yeah, you can't.
How are you going to give yourself closure?
I feel like you can.
you can.
You
choose
can.
something and be like, this is
I
why
feel
I
like
did this.
Yeah, I feel like,
Yes.
but at the end of the
Be
day,
delusional for a minute. Don't be delusional.
That's delusional, man.
Don't be
Exactly.
delusional.
Jero has to be delusional.
Wait, give it right.
I'm not delusional.
Okay.
As a man.
How do you choose?
As a man, why are you delusional?
How to ask-
Guys, it's okay to be delusional as a
To
man.
yourself now.
Jero.
It's
As a man,
okay.
why?
It's okay to be delusional as a man. Sometimes you have to fake it until you can actually manifest.
Faking it then initially means a delusion.
Now, come
Okay,
on.
listen. I feel like for sometimes you have to give yourself closure.
How are
Yeah.
you going to do that?
Listen,
You come up.
Troy,
You can't
let me give a
yourself
best
a
case
reason. What if I
example.
have another reason?
Listen, let me give a best case example. If I'm a girl's hoe and she's shooting me like shit, I'm trying to cuff her, but she's not trying to cuff me, right? And she's eating me, but she has other men that she's also eating.
So you
Sometimes you ask yourself,
have to get which closure?
listen, sometimes you ask yourself, why am I in this situation honestly? Like, why am I honestly saying this long in something like this?
As a
She's
man,
not going to come. She's not going to come and be like, let's end things. Because first, she's not going to end things with you. Sometimes you have to end things on your side and just be like,
Man, what's wrong with that?
ah, but first have been stupid. Ah, but first have been stupid. For me, there's some people that actually want a relationship. Like, I just want you to be
That is
serious.
for women, but I don't like they give you what you want.
There's sometimes when you just need
Let me drive my
when you
point
want some
home.
love.
Let me drive my
Okay,
point
my
home.
bad, man.
I'm wanting loving from this girl, but the girl's not going to give me the love that I want from her. And I don't want to be her hoe. Sometimes you just have to be like, man, the truth is, this girl's never going to change because she's always looking at me as her hoe. So let me just accept that, man, I'll forever be her hoe, and I just leave her alone. That's you giving yourself closure. The girl didn't tell you, man, we should stop doing these things, no? She just texts you randomly and just ghost her. You never talk to her ever again, and you close it at that. That's you giving yourself closure. And sometimes it's very much needed. Because some people never ever give
Keep you
closure.
lingering and stop you from.
Some people
moving
never
on.
ever give you closure, bro. That's
So you
the
tell her
truth.
where you're living. Yeah? Just block and leave.
You just block and leave.
So would you give her closure?
No,
Why would you give a whole closure?
Aren't you telling her that you're a
Why should not good give you that closure?
if you know, but you're going to date her now, bro.
And what you're telling her probably valueless. You get.
Yeah, bro. Like,
At least
just
let her know
using
she's
it.
the whole then you leave.
You think it's going to make it better? She didn't know her own situation.
She might even use the words against you.
You've given her closure.
Okay.
At least you've let her know who she is. Man.
Aha. So for you believe that you can't give it, like you have to get it from someone else.
You have to give me that closure. I feel like okay, sometimes you may assume something that
It's not wrong. That's not correct. Eh?
that is you may assume something that is wrong
That's
about
wrong.
someone.
But like,
Because you
At
may
least she's a hoe, I
assume
guess
that
she's
the,
not.
the reason she broke up with you was this, yet it was a different reason.
Yeah.
So you feel like you have to go ask them for you to tell them the reason why they broke
yeah,
up with you.
at least I tell you and then they go. That's I know, man.
at least.
At least I
What
know.
if they use the whole closure
Yeah.
to get back together with you?
Exactly.
What if they start let's do closure
Not
last?
to initiate the buyback.
That is a
clause.
double sided. Now you
Because
see it's a
then I
double
should-
sided. Now you see
for now,
you even
listen,
now
bro.
benefited from the
Yeah.
closure.
It's closure lash.
You've got lash.
There's a what?
And then you've
Hold
got
on.
Closure
Closure
lash.
lash, bro.
Oh.
Do you believe in closure lash? Like let's lash one last time, we call it quits.
Jero.
What can
That saying
happen?
is there, but it's not closure.
Do you
I swear.
do you remember the situation of Jero?
I don't understand that, just.
What situation?
Which situation I tried to
No,
have
no.
You guys.
Closure leads to initiation of buyback clauses.
Okay.
I know for some of you by the ask what a buyback clause
We'll say
is. Eh?
it. We'll say it off after. We continue saying it. Buyback clause.
If they can text at 2 a.m. and tell you they're sad and you just go to their home to see them because they're
At
sad.
2 a.m.
Bye back close. You never have a boyfriend, but you can't see another man.
Are you up?
He's not your best friend. He's not your what? He's not selling you jerseys. I
We
don't
don't
know.
have that.
Let's
He's
repeat.
not selling you. First way.
No,
First
let's repeat the
buyback
whole. The
One
one.
even me was speaking something.
Buy back close. When someone
Let me read.
that you're no longer affiliated with, or you claim you're not affiliated with them anymore, can just text you or do something,
Even when you're
and
with
you easily just go back, even you're with someone else.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah,
where
they
you
can be
live.
like, yo, are you up? Can I see you? Something like that. You know they are just
I
using
want to
you.
ask you, so which gender is vulnerable in this buyback clause? The male
Both
gender?
genders are
Both
vulnerable.
genders, but a lot of the time.
It's
And
what?
we're not hating.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically women, guys.
Why do you say it like
It's always them, man.
Because by the
Like-
time a girl has a buyback clause on a dude,
Mm-hmm.
she's worked.
Yeah?
No
What
one.
do you mean?
She's worked.
Yeah?
By the time my baby has a buyback close on a nigga,
Mm.
that's crazy.
So do you think a guy can also have a buyback clause?
There's so many niggas with buyback clauses.
So
bro.
many.
No,
Some of them
like-
might even be here.
Yeah.
He said
Good
some.
night.
Look at that, bro.
Said
That's
some.
yeah.
I'm seeing guys looking at their shoes, Chichi.
Said some.
Some.
Some have buyback clauses. Others I don't have.
Anyway,
Okay.
the closure, as you said, the closure has double sides.
So, Olua, do you think the closure comes from within or from someone else?
Man, I expect I'm actually confused. I think both, man.
Mm-mm.
You can't be confused.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
honestly, like both points are being raised actually makes much sense.
I believe the closure comes from within.
From within, eh?
Like you can't get closure from someone. It has to just become from internally. And then you just decide to like end it and stuff like that.
Because you can't get it from someone. How you get it from?
That's true.
Mm.
That's true. Jero?
From within.
I already told you I don't believe in closure.
My honesty.
So with vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's
You guys, if you don't believe in closure,
I already gave you the reasons.
Why you close?
before you want to keep the doors open. Don't you know the court of?
Linger.
Don't you know the court of when some doors close, others open?
Yeah.
So you don't want to
Open
close
another one.
Now these are
Well, one another secret.
Hey, open
These
two
are-
big ones.
What do you mean?
first year, these are people who have buyback clauses.
He's always wanting to leave doors open.
So at any
He
time
never
you
has to.
can
So at any time you can always bounce back.
No.
So which means, Jero, with all your exes, you have the doors open. There's no that is
No,
closed.
guys.
Oh, God.
Buyback clauses.
They're not
Like you're saying,
they're
the
so you
fuck
say-
is there, but
They're not.
like the
They're
first.
not locked. They're just
Just
closed.
because it's a
He just
start,
put back the
doesn't
door.
mean
So
you
you're
light a
saying,
fire.
at any time it can light back.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's not like the fire.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Also
This
you.
guy.
That's
Also
what
you.
you've said. No, these two here are saying. For them,
Can't
they don't
pretend too
believe in
much.
what? In closure, which means your doors are
They
still
are-
open.
Wait, you mentioned me also.
So which means at
You
any
did too
time,
much.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's come.
Jero, which means for you at any time.
No, you moved on for a reason.
Kat, why don't you close if
Who said you
need to?
moved on?
Who says I did?
He's trying to believe it.
He's trying to delude himself that he moved
I'm not
on.
trying to delude myself. Or anyone
So why
else
don't you
here.
close the door if you moved
The
on?
door was closed.
But
Let's get to another point.
That's what
How do you actually know that you've moved on from someone? Jero, since you're the one who's clearly saying you've moved on.
Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean? How? But okay, for example, like someone was talking about it off camera. Like by the time you can like see this person and like comfortably not be affected by them in any way. Like even no matter depends. Let's say they're chilling with your boy. Okay, well, they shouldn't be chilling with your boy like that. But anyway, when they're chilling, like it doesn't affect you. That presence doesn't bother you anymore. I feel like that, you know, you've moved on.
What if their presence didn't bother you to begin with?
Then they never really meant anything to you.
That's calm. That's calm.
Yeah, when we were off camera, there was someone who was saying, when you see their pictures and laugh.
And laugh. What was I thinking?
Guys, like, let me tell you something.
But then you laugh at yourself.
When you know that you've moved on, but you look at their pictures and you just feel like,
What do they mean?
like no,
No love.
it's like how someone can be trying to help the whole situation and be like, yeah, but what are you talking about? Like that's when you actually, I feel like you know that, bro, you moved on. Or when you can actually just hold a normal conversation with them and they don't make it weird, they don't make it weird. I feel like then you can know that you moved on from them. I feel like a false reality that a lot of us are doing is that when maybe you end things with someone, you want to cut them off. I feel like that doesn't mean you've actually moved on from them. It really doesn't. Because you pretending that you're not talking to them for like a... Bro, that spark will literally just be on a cafe and will start anytime. So yeah.
Like,
So Trey, for you, do you know that you moved on?
I really gave my point.
How do you
When
know?
you look at someone's picture, you laugh.
And you laugh. Why are you laughing?
You ask yourself,
How
but
come you so smiling at their photos?
Huh?
Moving on, Albert.
But how do you know that
now when
you're
you're smiling, you're laughing inside. Right.
You're laughing, yeah.
But okay, for me, honestly, the only way you'd know if when you've moved on is maybe when you don't have what Cameron has said, when you don't feel affected when you see them, when you don't get that feeling you used to have when you used to see them.
Yeah.
That's when you know that you moved on.
That's why now you know that.
Or when you see them with someone else and
It doesn't bother you.
then by you and you're like, man,
Exactly. There are people who like our statuses. Then they have seen their exes on our things. Then they start liking them.
yeah, some
Boss, they just think the ex looked good.
they want you. They want
They
you.
want you now.
They want you.
It's different, by the way. When you get me confused, they want you, but you think it's
Pretending,
the
pretending.
no, but they're liking.
Why do you only
They're
like?
liking your.
Why you only like
When
me
the-
when your ex
yeah.
is inside my photo?
So they say that they moved on and scam, like look at them or something.
I don't think that one. Why do you like my things when your ex is inside?
They don't like you when you're there.
You don't
alone.
like you when you're there.
My picture. That's something I talk about.
Aha! Bro said to attack someone on camera.
Not more people, but
Yes,
don't
please.
attack anyone. But no.
Aha! Sure. Anyway, so you've concluded that, bro, closure from within, right? Get it from within. Let's go to we're just going to another segment of our show. This one just came up recently in my head. The bar was set so low. What's some stupid stuff you did for a friend or a lover?
Way back.
Like you did it and you know that was stupid, but like,
I
bro,
think
you
they
be
moved
like,
that one out.
But that moment it felt right.
Nisanato.
That we are side questing now.
what's side question now?
Okay.
What's something that you did that you felt like the bar was
Like you
honestly
did
too
for
low?
someone.
That you felt like the bar is too low.
No, let's start with Jero. I think you.
I think Jerry is the one whose bar is even,
There's so
isn't
much
even
for him
there.
to say.
You're the most
You
affected.
don't say it, I say it for you.
What do you
Oh my
mean?
god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
As we get into Jero, let me start with let me start with something that I saw some babe on TikTok talking about how her bar was so low. Apparently there's no even bar. So the bar wasn't even there. She claims it wasn't even there. So she was dating this nigga. Yeah. It's like how you go to like town and then let me say your phone gets stolen. So he asked, the boyfriend asked her for her phone to go to town to do some stuff. Right? So she was like, "No, this is my man, let me give him my phone so that he can go and do his things, what. So she didn't know that her boyfriend was talking to some friend of hers, but via her phone. So she texts the friend using the girlfriend's phone, like, "Yo, what's up? It's been a long time, bichi, trying to link up, what. He claimed he had gone to town. Meanwhile, he went to the B&B and he went and slept with her friend. But he was texting the baby using the girlfriend's phone. So the girlfriend, they do their things with bichi, then the guy comes back home. So then it's like how like when you're dancing with someone and then they text you like, "Hey man, today was good, we should do it again sometime, we should meet sometime." So meanwhile, the boyfriend didn't realize that he had given the phone back to her and he was talking to this other hoe. So the babe's obviously, of course, when you get back home and give the girl back her phone, she's checking her phone and seeing messages from someone she had never talked to. It's like, how random ass, like, who just texts you like, hey, why is this one talking to me? Like, we've never really talked.
So the guy texted and forgot to delete.
To delete the chat and stuff like that. So the babe texted on the other babe's phone like, yo, we should do this again. Bichi, bichi. You know how like you can tell that the messages are not yours, right? You can tell how like the babe's talking and stuff like that. So
That's how you get caught, eh?
yeah, that's how you get caught. So the babe did the whole thing, and then she realized that the messages weren't hers, and that what the messages were meant for her boyfriend. So she says that apparently the boyfriend accepted that he was cheating on her and everything, but she still forgave him and still went back. So I guess that's when the bar was set like really, really, really low.